So according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, there have been 19 recessions in the United States. 7 of them from 1854 to 1945. And just so you know, those recessions with a slower moving economy and a slower moving society, those recessions typically lasted 21 months. So we had 7 of them that typically lasted under 2 years. We've had 12 from 1945 to 1920. So you go, okay, we have a lot more recessions. They happen more frequently. Oh, by the way, they end quicker. And that's because of the size of the economy, the amount of money in the system, the technologies that are involved, and the speed of society and life. So from 1945 through this last recent recession, the average recession lasted 11 months. You see where it's going. By the way, typically, historically, it's 3.5 years of growth, followed by a little less than a year of the pressure cooker hitting a recession. That's typically how the economy goes. Then you might hit a flat spot, and then off we go on a growth path again, and then psh, here comes a little recession. So yeah, I want to inform you. I want to prepare you. Again, there'll be blood on the saddle, as they say. There will be people who struggle because of recession. There will be businesses that go out of businesses. There will be people who lose their jobs. Right now, there's some extraordinary steps that companies are taking in order to hire people. And they're offering all kinds of cool benefits and mandatory, double vacations and all this stuff. And it was interesting because I was watching some Wall Street analyst in preparation for this the other day, and they were talking about all these perks that were being thrown at these brand new college graduates. And then they said, now, by the way, if we hit a recession, all these perks are gone. And that's what happens. It straightens up people. So let's just talk a little bit about the last 4 recessions, because that's kind of where we are in regards to recent history. And I've lived through each one of these. I've been in business here in America through each one of these. And the first was the Gulf War recession. And it went from July 90 to March 91. And the U.S. went through a short 8-month recession, partly caused by spiking oil prices during the first Gulf War. Okay, now what I will tell you is in San Diego, where I live, that recession landed longer because after the Gulf War ended, we lost a lot of our defense contractors. And they moved out of San Diego, and San Diego was very heavily dependent upon these. Again, today, San Diego is in a much better place because instead of being dependent on 10 or 12 large companies to employ everybody, San Diego now has a myriad of small businesses that have 20 to 50 employees. And again, sometimes you got to go through hardships, as we call it, a good life. You got to go through hardships sometimes to get to the good stuff. We had the dot-com recession. Now, where the U.S. was facing several economic problems. We had the tech crash, and this was really the first time that technology took over the Dow Industrials. And I used to go up to Northern California, and I would do 4 major seminars a year up there, and people would go, oh, my brother's involved in popeonarope.com, and you got to get involved, and the stock's doubled in the last 30 days. And I would all say, no, I've got my little built-to-last portfolio, and I'm just chipping away and chipping away. Oh, you're missing out. And well, those guys ended up missing out, right? And you throw in other things. We had companies like Enron and the 9/11 terrorist attacks. So we had a recession. And the stock market got hammered. And some values in even real estate got hammered. But the economy bounced back again. We talked about the Great Recession, December 07 to June 09. And again, in many, there was a trailing effect with that recession that lasted years and years and years. And then we had a recession, believe it or not, in 2020. You probably don't remember. It was the COVID recession. You know how long it lasted? 2 months. Yeah, about the same time everybody was locked down.